Turkey has made good on threats to allow migrants to move closer to the European Union. Ankara says 18,000 people have crossed the border since Friday. There's been arrivals by land and by sea along borders with Greece and Bulgaria. But both countries have boosted security at their borders with Turkey, and thousands of migrants are now stuck in no man's land between the two sides. Turkish officials announced they would no longer stop migrants from crossing into Europe after dozens of Turkish troops were killed in a Syrian government airstrike in Idlib province.
I came here to enter Yunan, but as you see the situation, we cannot go inside. They don't let us go inside. They fired on us tear gases. We had children there, we had women there, we had disabled persons there, and they fired tear gas on them. We have injured people right now here, and I don't know why they're doing this. We don't have peace in our own country. We don't have future in our own country. That's why we came here. We came here to make a life, make a new life, but they don't let us enter.
DW correspondent Yulia Han is in Edirne, right at the Turkish-Greek border. Yulia, tell us what it's like on the border today.
Well, right now, the situation is very tense here because Greek border police over there are firing warning shots with tear gas or pepper spray. It's not entirely clear what it is. So there are hundreds of people here right now. They keep running towards where we are. They have tears in their eyes. They're coughing. Some people actually look like they're about to faint. There are medics around here and aid teams, but this looks very serious for the people who've been close to the tear gas. I'm sure you can hear the noise there of shooting that's over there. Let me explain you where we are. We are here right at the Turkish border with Greece, and there is this border zone right behind me, about 200 to 300 meters long. And this is where people are. This is some kind of no man's land between Turkey and Greece. And you can see there is this fence and people are trying to actually move here. Sorry. This is, for the people here, a really tense situation. So the Turkish authorities have let them in, but on the other side, the Greek side, the border is closed. People can't cross, and the Greek border police controllers actually acting very tough, firing these shots to try and keep people away.
Yulia, by the looks of it, this story is literally developing at your feet. What can you tell me about the conditions for the people there as they gather at the border there?
Well, it's been a very rough night for people here at this border crossing. Many have spent the night here in freezing temperatures. It's still bitterly cold. The air in general is filled with smoke because people have been making fires. They're burning woods and whatever they can find. There are many families here with small children, so you can imagine how rough this is for them. And we see new people keep coming. I've just talked to one family who's originally from Iran who was living here in Turkey, and they told me they heard the border was open, so they came, they took a leap of faith, they want to cross into Greece and then potentially move on to a Scandinavian country. That's their dream, but the reality here, as you can see, looks quite different, quite desperate, and as you can see, it's very crowded, hundreds of people here, but as I said, the border is closed. The Greek border police won't let anybody in here at the moment.
No sign, as far as I can see from these images, that will change anytime soon. Is there any sign of Turkey or the EU changing their stance on the border situation there, Yulia?
Well, generally, what the Turkish authorities are doing here by turning a blind eye is seen as some kind of an attempt to pressure NATO allies and the European Union over the situation in Syria, in Idlib, where the Turkish army is involved in direct clashes with the forces of the Syrian regime and deadly clashes. They want international help. They want the EU to step in. So this is widely seen as some kind of a measure, a temporary measure to alert attention to this situation, to pressure the EU into acting. As I said, many assume this is some kind of a temporary thing, but the refugees, the migrants here, they have been wasting no time. As soon as they heard the border would be open, they just came here. And now they are determined to wait until this border will be opened. But as you can imagine, the frustration is also running high here because people are seeing there is no way they can pass over to Greece at the moment.
DW's Yulia Han live in Edirne at the Turkish-Greek border. Thank you so much for that report.